we're talking a little bit about scapegoating and why it is that we need to validate our experiences. I'm talking to you, whoever is listening. If this resonates with you, I want you to think about everything that I just said, and I want you to look at your abuser or the people who are abusing you and making you believe that, no, everything's perfect, and you know damn well it's a lie. Stop doing that to yourself. You're creating more psychological damage to yourself. And this is trusted guidance, okay? Because I'm a holistic health practitioner. So whatever I say here, this is trusted guidance. I want to create a space for any one of you who's listening, who is a scapegoat. I want to create a space for you right now that validates your experiences. And I also would like to remind you that you are chosen. And although life may seem unfair with all the sins of your family or the community you grew up in, they projected their sins on you, then it's time for you to move away from feelings of victimization and reclaim your identity.
Let them talk, tell them
we don't have no time for this.
If they speak, let them speak. So we ain't got no time for.
When I say the word scapegoat, I'm sure many of you already know that a scapegoat is a person blamed for the wrongdoings and the mistakes and faults of everyone. As a matter of fact, the term scapegoat originated from Judaism. During mass reconciliation, a rabbi would bring a goat to the altar. The ridiculous idea would be that the sins of the people would be absorbed by the goat. Yes, the goat would be the sacrifice. It would then be killed, and when the blood spilled over the altar, the sins of the people would be said, they would say it would be cleansed. All thanks and praise to the goat. Yes, the scapegoat. Let's look at a common example. I started telling you earlier on. A common example. In a dysfunctional group, such as a dysfunctional family, the strongest member of the family would be the target. When I say strongest, I mean the one who is able to identify patterns in the family that are destructive. They are able to recognize the dysfunction in their family. They are the ones who will eventually rebel against your family's dysfunctional operations. They cause the members of their family to become triggered. The scapegoat is able to see through their toxic family patterns and point it out. This is when they become even more so the problem in the family. The scapegoat grows up with the feeling that everything that goes wrong within the family unit is entirely their fault. And that's because they've been blamed for everything bad that has happened. You see, it's easier for a dysfunctional family to stay in denial. It's easier for the dysfunctional family if the scapegoat remains a scapegoat by never attempting to break free. Oftentimes, the scapegoat develops a false sense of self. Yes, a false sense of self-worth. You see, it's been taught to believe that it is faulty and has very little worth. And so it believes in all what its family has started to believe about itself. Don't you expect your children to act a particular way if you've programmed them to think that way about themselves? And to the community that witnessed the abuse and say nothing, but instead partake in the shaming, belittling, you are just as abusive as the abusers of the scapegoat who has been abused by its family members. And that's what I mean when I talk about a hypocritical community. A hypocritical society. We've seen it. We see it. We come at people's homes. We recognize, well, that's not right. And instead of talking, standing up for those that we see that are being abused, we gossip. That nonsense, it has to stop. And then when things get real or hits the fan, that's when we want to talk about, you should have spoken to me about it. Hypocrites.
Oh, very young.
This is Radio Free Ayanola, St. Lucia's conscious radio station.
You'll never be.
This is Truth Be Told.
You're mine.
As a matter of fact, I call it, Let Me Speak My Truth.
Better day.
A lot of people need to start speaking their truth.
I'm in love with you.
Stop projecting how you feel about yourself onto other people. We see it happening on Facebook all the time. Facebook sometimes I think is the worst thing that ever happened to mankind. We use it as a place for us to condemn others. We use it as a place to shame other people. And you know why? Because we are ashamed of ourselves. That's the truth be told. Because if you recognize the value of life, you would use your time wisely. So don't tell me that you're conscious, but you're over there quarreling with everybody, talking down on women, and then talking about empathy underneath that same breath. Stop your hypocrisy. This is a non-hypocritical program.
Young, what will you leave us this time? You're only dancing on this earth.
Nevertheless, I've learned that a scapegoat in a dysfunctional family develops not only a false self, but a false survival self in response to chronic rejection, shaming, blaming, betrayal trauma, which will eventually result in experiencing complex PTSD. Now, post-traumatic stress is different from complex post-traumatic stress. As a matter of fact, PTSD, or post-traumatic stress disorder, is more common than many believe, with an estimated 3.5% of the population suffering from it. Researchers discovered a particular severe form known as complex PTSD, which has even more serious consequences. Complex PTSD is less known to most people and is usually the result of traumatic events such as sexual, emotional, and psychological abuse in childhood, domestic abuse, or living in chaotic and harsh environments, especially as children. These children were taught to live in survival mode. They had to walk on eggshells because every day they were criticized, they always do something wrong, they're always shamed in public. All of that is a result of their complex PTSD. Truth be told. Now, for those of you my age who are raising up your children, I want you to be very mindful of the way that you are raising your children. Do not go out there shaming your children, talking to strangers while these strangers are telling you how perfect their children are. Stop embarrassing yourself and your children. Because when things go out there and their reputation is all messed up and nobody wants to give them that love and support, then it's you to blame. It is you left to be blamed. We see a lot of young people my age, they suffer with complex PTSD. You know why? Because most times we invalidate their experiences. You talk to them, you tell them, I've been through this, I've been through that, and instead all they hear is, suck it up. Our parents used to beat us with a belt. All that nonsense. We're just gonna continue the cycle of abuse. That nonsense needs to end. This is Radio Free Ionola, St. Lucia's Conscious Radio Station. You're listening to Nickler Dorville on the mic. Truth be told, this is the platform where the people vent, but they also heal. And we're not sugarcoating anything here. Choose a path. You see me, I try to live a conscious lifestyle. And those around me, those who know me, they know it. One of the things that I hate the most is for me to narrow myself and be something that I'm not. Where I have to look at people that I actually do not like, because there's nothing wrong in not liking people. I mean, it's not right to hate people, but there's nothing wrong in saying, I don't like you. We need to normalize that too. If our energy, our vibe not mixing, that's okay. But the worst thing is for me, Nickler, to sit in a space with people I don't like. That's hypocrisy to me.
I could be a doctor, I could be a nurse. I think I see the problem, it's only gonna get worse.
Imagine you sitting down there with people that you don't really, you know they've done you so much damage.
Baby,
They're the cause of the sleepless nights they know nothing about that you go through.
Let me work it out.
Do you know how much that takes a toll on your nervous system?
Little mama,
You may not feel the effects right away, but I promise you, the body keeps the score. If somebody has hurt you, they've stolen from you, they've done a lot of damage to you emotionally, you have no right going back there. I can tell you that.
and pour it in.
The body never forgets.
Just let bygones be bygones and throw it on away. You're my lover.
Now we're talking about scapegoats,
You say
because you guys know this is, sometimes I go off script.
like working it out. Yeah, if that's something you wanna do. Yeah, I feel like working
So what happens when the scapegoat finally works it out?
me too. I could be a doctor and I could be
What happens when the scapegoat realizes, wait a minute, I gotta heal myself. I gotta become my own doctor.
just show me where
Because I don't like how I'm feeling anymore.
you, baby.
What happens when the scapegoat breaks free?
Work it out.
What happens when the scapegoat finally wakes up and realizes, wait a minute, I'm a scapegoat?
Work you out.
Is this really who I am?
You wanna work it out?
Or maybe that's not who I am. It can't be. No way.
Still playing on the side. Are you on?
That's when the scapegoat now begins to validate itself.
Are you on the fence?
So to all the scapegoats who are listening,
Don't
I want you to give yourself a pat on the shoulder.
the night.
And I want you to say, I validate me. I'm not gonna make people comfortable and make myself uncomfortable just to keep the peace. And even though they say, oh, it's all about me, no, it has never been about me. As a matter of fact, it's always been about breaking me down.
Be it.
I want you guys to validate yourself right now.
I think I see the problem. It's only gonna get worse. A midnight medication.
And it's only gonna get worse if you continue to sit around with your abusers
baby.
while they smile in your face and pretend nothing happened. Don't do that to yourself.
Let me work it out. Let me work it out. Yeah. Let little mama work you out.
You see, people go through a lot of, listen, they say stress is bad for the body, but not validating your life experience, I think it's worse. As you age, your body gets weaker, and so many things that have happened to you in the past, it starts coming up, and you have to deal with it, because now your body, you're going through some health issues, you know, because you never realize how much not validating yourself has taken such a toll on your physical health.
Half of my heart is in her.
And as we go on more into the program,
Me back to
we're going to talk about the physical health. That is why I became a holistic health practitioner.
in her.
Because I know there is more that goes on within our health. There's a reason why we have those types of illnesses.
When
I don't think things happen by accident.
he said lives a life
And that is why I want you guys to know this is a time for you to validate your experiences.
in a bit.
Because when you do that, you are helping your mental health.
You got my love.
What happens is that when your mental health is better, your physical health, it will improve. This is Radio Free Ayanola,
I love
St. Lucia's Conscious Radio Station.
Come and feel it.
I want to say thank you to all of you who are locked on right now.
And then I had to tell him.
We want to say thank you for your feedback. Many of you are saying that you enjoy the show.
Oh, nah, nah.
Don't keep it to yourself, guys. Let the people know.
I know
Tell your friend.
he took me back to East.
Bring your friends.
All of my heart is in Havana.
And let's hold a vibe.
Havana, Havana, nah, nah.
Jeffrey. Just graduated fresh on campus. Fresh out East Atlanta with no mountains. Damn, fresh out East Atlanta. Up on board like a traffic jam. Man, I was quick to pay that girl like Uncle Sam. Here you go, ayy, take it on me. Ayy, try to crave it on me, get the beating on me.
Now I'm reading your feedback, guys.
Try to cake it on me, got the bacon on me.
Someone said, I do wonder how many people are mislabeled with psychiatric disorders by doctors who doesn't have a clue about CPTSD from repeated emotional narcissistic abuse. Scapegoats are usually truth tellers. Toxic family units hate it. Thank you for sharing that.
All of my heart is in
Now, we're not here to discredit doctors,
Havana.
but we are here to have conversations that need to be said. I can't sit there anymore and listen to fake media. I can't sit here listening to people who know nothing about the experiences that people really truly face. They're using all sorts of statistics, treating people as if like they're a statistic, when all of us have gone through something different. You guys are locked on to Radio Free Ayanola. I'm gonna take a break right now, and I want you guys to enjoy this song.
How crazy it could be, baby, stop. Take it easy. When you would leave, I swear I can't breathe. Do you really care, baby? Even one day you're home as you are my fantasy, my only desire. Kutekereza nijoro bituma nasinzira, 'cause you make me fall in love. Darling, darling, if you touch me one more time, I might lose my mind. Baby, it's too much here. Can we go slowly? 'Cause I can't take it. 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 Give me your attention, 'cause you got my affection. Baby, it's a good temptation. Taking us step by step on the beat. Put your night hand in hand in the street. Getting by. Sing it. You are my fantasy, my only desire. Kutekereza nijoro bituma nasinzira, 'cause you make me fall in love. Darling, darling, if you touch me one more time, I might lose my mind. Baby, it's too much here. Can we go slowly? 'Cause I can't take it. 'Cause I can't take it. 'Cause I can't take it. By my way, yo, yeah. This way, yo. Na, 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 na. 'Cause I can't take it. 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 Oh, sorry. Ooh, yeah. 'Cause I can't take it.
So what happens when the scapegoat breaks free? What happens when the scapegoat finally wakes up and realizes, wait a minute, I'm a scapegoat? Is this really who I am? Or maybe that's not who I am. That's when the scapegoat now begins to validate itself. What happens when the scapegoat no longer wants to play the family role as the chosen scapegoat? Well, first thing that happens is that the structure of the family crumbles because everyone needed a scapegoat to put the blame and attention on for everything that was bad about that family. Everyone needed a scapegoat to carry their shame, their guilt. Everyone needed a scapegoat to bad talk. Why? Because it takes off the attention from their own shortcomings. Yes, it is easier to blame a scapegoat. But what really happens when the scapegoat decides to finally break free from its toxic family? Well, it has a long road to recover from the effects of the abuse caused by its family. One thing I personally hate about the current popular belief is that it tells you to forget your abuse. Carry on like nothing happened, because you're not the only one it has happened to. Grow some balls. Forgive and love all of your abusers while you invalidate your pain and suffering. It teaches you to hate yourself further. It is your fault it happened. That society wants you to believe that you are unlovable, that if you decide to seek healing, freedom, and happiness, you are always the sick bastard. The one who got away and shouldn't get away from ongoing abuse. Don't talk about your abusers. Your abusers love you. Look, they support you. Everything's okay. You're overthinking. They want you to invalidate all of your traumatic experiences, and they want to invalidate them too. My. It's such a cruel society.
To 10 million fireflies, I'm weird 'cause I hate goodbyes. I got misty eyes as they said fair.
So today I want to tell you, it is time for you to validate your experiences. Don't listen to what these people tell you. They know nothing. They don't know what pain is. Anybody who invalidates your painful experiences, they know nothing about pain. Because you see, when people, they go through pain, it makes them more empathic towards others. So you got to be able to distinguish between people who are genuinely empaths and people who are just, no, oh, it's okay. Don't buy into the bull. You see, real empath people, they don't go on platforms shaming people, condemning people, quarreling with people, shouting at people, and all of that. You see, it's easy for us to feed into the hype, right? It's easy for us to get millions of followers. Because you know what? Majority of the world, they like nonsense. It's the truth. When you're trying to elevate the vibe, when you're trying to elevate yourself, they're going to talk all about the sins that they think you have. They're going to try to tarnish your name. They're going to try to say all sorts of things just to discredit you, just because you are trying to raise up your vibe. And let me tell you something. This is just the society that we're living in. So I want you guys to come forward, and don't be afraid. Whether you see one or two people standing up for change, you stand up too. You be the change that you want to see in the world, and stop waiting for leaders to do that for you. Stop waiting for people outside of you to tell you what you are worthy of. It is time for you to start validating your life experiences.
Once I was 7.
I don't care how much money you think you have. I don't care about what status you have. It doesn't matter. Because guess what? We all bleed the same blood. We all are going in the same coffin. Yes, we are.
It was a big, big world.
So don't let all of that,
Bigger.
people trying to play as if like, look at you.
People learning.
What do you have? You know what I have?
11.
A conscience.
Drinking, burning liquor.
That is what we take with us.
To make that stay.
You guys are tuned into Radio Free Ayanola,
Years old.
St. Lucia's conscious station for people with a conscience.
So you would be lonely. Once I was 11 years old. Always had that dream like my daddy before me. So I started writing songs, I started writing stories. Something about that glory just always seemed to bore me. 'Cause only those I really love will ever really know me. Once I was 20 years old, my story got told. Before the morning sun when life was lonely. Once I was 20 years old. Only see my goals, I don't believe in failure. 'Cause I know the smallest voices, they can make it major. I got my boys with me, at least those in favor. And if we don't meet before I leave, I hope I'll see you later. Once I was 20 years old, my story got told. I was writing about everything I saw before me. Once I was 20 years old. soul. We've traveled around the world and we're still roaming.
So today I want to tell you about traumatic invalidation, because it is a type of emotional abuse that happens when someone's experiences, feelings, or reactions are repeatedly dismissed, minimized, and invalidated. And oftentimes people make fun of it, creating more psychological abuse to others. And then when it gets too late and someone decides to take their lives, that's the very same people, these very same people, they will come back and say, oh, why didn't you talk to me about it? I tell you the hypocrisy. Truth be told. But I want you guys to know your feelings matter. Your experiences, they do matter. And anytime you feel like you want to talk about something and get it out of your chest, that is why we are here at Radio Free Ayanola, so that you, the people, can speak what's in your heart. I know when you talk your mind, your feelings, your emotions from a place of respect, naturally you will hear yourself speak. You will feel heard. It is that validation that comes from self. So I'm inviting you guys to use that platform. Come out and talk about what you've been through, in hopes that many people who are listening, they will be inspired, because your experiences, they're valid.
Once I was 7 years old.
Feeling my way through the darkness, guided by a beating heart. I can't tell where the journey will end, but I know where to start. They tell me I'm too young to understand. They say I'm caught up in a dream. Well, life will pass me by if I don't open up my eyes. So that's fine by me. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost.
The others, they don't like us.
Yeah, I know.
Why?
We want to say thank you to all of you who are locked on right now. Thank you so much for tuning in with us.
But I only have to
I'm so proud to say that this is Radio Free Ayanola,
chance to travel.
St. Lucia's conscious radio station.
Have any plans?
Has been conscious since 1971, before I was born.
This young, not afraid to close my
And right now, as the world is shifting and the world is shaping,
made for
we want more conscious people out into the forefront.
love is the prize. So wake
We want more leaders.
it's all over.
And when I talk about leaders, I'm not talking about suit and tie. I'm not talking about status or creed.
All this time
I'm talking about the people stepping up. Step up for your children.
I was lost.
Be the leader that you wish you had.
It's all
Don't wait for people to lead you.
when I'm wild.
I mean, yes, we are law-abiding citizens, of course,
All this time I
but we are self-governed.
was and I didn't know,
We can think for ourselves.
didn't know I was
We follow truth
I didn't
and not false news.
lost.
This is what you're gonna get right here on Radio Free Ayanola.
Didn't know.
So we were talking about validating our experiences and why it is so important that you start validating your experiences. I was speaking particularly to those of you who have been scapegoated on. Yes, those of you who've been marginalized. Those of you, no matter what you do, people always put you down. They talk about you. They gossip about you. You're trying to get a job. And every time there's always some story, and weak-minded people, they fall for it. And because of that, they sabotage you. Yes, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. It is time for you to recognize that you are not a victim. But for you to know that, you have to start validating your experiences. When someone repeatedly is told things like you're overreacting, it's not that bad, or you're just being too sensitive, their emotions are being dismissed. So if you're the one doing that to others, you need to stop doing that. Stop telling people that they're overly sensitive. Over time, this can lead them to question the validity of their own feelings and perceptions, making it harder to trust themselves. Sometimes it's not about what's said, but what's left unsaid. If someone's distress is constantly ignored or met with silence, it can feel like their pain don't matter, leading them to feel worthless. Chronic invalidation can contribute to anxiety, depression, low self-esteem, and difficulties with emotional regulation. It can also lead to trauma symptoms, especially if someone grows up in an environment where their feelings were never supported or acknowledged. Truth be told, people who experience traumatic invalidation might learn to suppress their emotions, fearing they will be seen as too much or too dramatic. And this can lead to long-term difficulties in expressing themselves as they struggle with self-identity. So to those of you who may not be scapegoats and you're listening to this program, let's be kind. Let's stop invalidating the experiences of others. If you cannot provide a listening ear without your opinion or assumptions, suggest that the person finds professional support. Or send them a little text and tell them, hey, remember what you told me about? Well, I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about you. This is Radio Free Ionola, St. Lucia's conscious radio station. You're rocking with me until the hour 7 p.m. AST time. I want to say thank you to all of you who are locked on with us. I know you guys are worldwide, global connection. We don't know each other's story. So let's try our utmost to be kind and understanding. And for those of you who can see that your children might need a listening ear, stop pretending that you don't know that they're hurt. I don't like that. Stop it. For once, have a conversation with your children. Can you ask them, hey, can we reason? I know what I've done, some of the things that I've done. I know it may have caused you a lot of damage. Be honest with yourself. You see it. They don't have to run and tell you that. I can't stand false empathy. You see me, I'm an empath, you know. The work that I do, it requires me to be a very sensitive person. Because people love to feel seen. They love to feel heard. to our listeners over there in British Columbia, Alberta. Thank you guys so much for locking it in with us. Welcome to the program. Sending love to Eva, Ashley, You guys are tuned into Radio Free Ayanola, St. Lucia's conscious radio station. This is a program, Truth Be Told, the program for the people. And today we talked a little bit about scapegoating. We talked about the importance of validating your experiences. Why it is so important that you not keep these feelings bottled up inside. And I also mentioned, if you're choosing to walk a conscious path, you got to make sure that your words align with your action. I see a lot of people believe that being conscious is a trend. It is not a trend, darling. You got to make a choice. You can't be conscious and over there you're there insulting people on your platforms. I said what I said. You know, I'm not a coward, right? I don't need millions of baka. I don't need it. I have my strong soldiers on the battlefield with me, and they're just a few, but they're very strong. But I will say what I have to say, and I will speak the truth, and I will speak my truth. And just to remind you, Truth Be Told is a program that promises to inspire you to act, to contemplate, help you reason with yourself, and push you towards rediscovering your path of purpose and your special role you came here to play in society. This is where your voice is supported and given a platform to inspire others in a way that only you can, in hopes that they too can also find inspiration within themselves. This is a genuine mind awakening movement of the people, where we make the rules as we follow because we are law-abiding citizens, and what we follow is truth and not false news. There is life. This is RFI, the conscious station, yes, the pulse of the nation, that keeps the heart of the people pumping new life, new vitality, and new music coming your way next week. Yes, you guys are submitting songs, and we are here for it. So tune in next week because we do have, he calls himself Rude Boy Alan, our friend over there in Greece. He has a few songs that he needs to share so that you guys can enjoy. Deep inside, there is a God who does not sleep. I pray your soul, he will surely keep. So let it be beautiful deep down inside. There comes a time when life will change. Now this is a song that I wrote. I wrote that song because a friend of mine was going through grief at that time. And I understood deeply that she was going through something very painful, very traumatic. And you know, as a friend, I always try to validate my friends' experiences. Those who know, those who've been my friends, they can tell you. I will write you a song. I would maybe write you a poem, just so you know that I care. And so that is why I tell you it's so important that we validate our friends and their experiences and stop shutting them down. When they tell you this happened to me, give them a listening ear. People have pain. And one of the reasons why we see a lot of our youth, they're angry, is because majority of the times they're not being heard at home. Rather than, you see that these children are angry. And maybe you may not be the cause of their anger, but because there is something going on. Maybe they're being bullied at school. Maybe they're being bullied by a teacher, a student. You've got to sit down with your children and ask them, why are you so angry? Give them that safe space to feel heard, so our children don't grow up becoming dangerous people. We have that power. It is us for us to recognize it as a society. Now we can try to fix everything outside of ourselves, but it will never work. Because what needs to be fixed is in our homes. What needs to be fixed is in us. We need to stop looking for solutions outside of ourselves, always depending on people to fix things that are broken. You see something needs to be fixed, you get up and fix it. We give power to things that don't deserve power. Yes, truth be told. And we don't understand the magnitude of our power as individuals and as people. So right now I'm going to remind you that we are very powerful. One individual is powerful, I can tell you that. This is Radio Free Ayanola, you guys. I want you guys to enjoy the music right now.
I had a better voice and sang some better words. I wish I found some chords in an order that is new. I wish I didn't have to rhyme every time I sang. I was told when I get older all my fears would shrink, but now I'm insecure and I care what people think.
My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. We're stressed out.
Sometimes a certain smell will take me back to when I was young. How come I'm never able to identify where it's coming from? I'd make a candle out of it if I ever found it. Try to sell it, never sell out of it. I'd probably only sell one. Maybe to my brother, cause we have the same nose, same clothes, homegrown, a stone's throw from a creek we used to roam. But it would remind us of when nothing really mattered. Out of student loans and treehouse homes, we all would take the ladder.
My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Used to play pretend, give each other different names. We would build a rocket ship and then we'd fly far away. Used to dream of outer space, but now they're laughing at the face, saying, wake up, you need to make money. Yeah. We used to play pretend, give each other different names. We would build a rocket ship and then we'd fly far away. Used to dream of outer space, but now they're laughing at the face, saying, wake up, you need to make money. Yeah. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out.
Used to play pretend, bunny. We used to play pretend, wake up, you need the money. Used to play pretend, bunny. We used to play pretend, wake up, you need.
Sending shout out to our friends who are locked on over there in the UK.
Names, we would build a rocket ship and then we fly far away.
My grandmother Chabin,
But now they're laughing at
who I just heard is locked on.
You need to make money. Yeah.
Sending positive vibes your way. Guys, you're tuned into Radio Free Ayanola. Yes, today we were talking about the importance of validating your experiences and recognizing the importance of doing that. You know, and if you feel like you're not being heard, especially from people who perhaps need to really give you that listening ear, then it's time for you to change your caliber of friends, change your circle, and find people who are going to validate your experiences.
Now I'm trying to get back before the cool.
Now at 6:30 we have something called Star Guidance.
Nothing's gonna stop.
So you guys gotta keep it locked for that too.
I reckon it's again.
This is where we jump into the planets.
Win some more.
Just to get a little bit of guidance.
But I won't hesitate no more, no more. It
cannot wait. I'm yours. Well, open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and damn, you're free. I look into your heart and you'll find love, 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 and love. Listen to the music of the moment, people dance and sing. We're just one big family, and it's our God-forsaken right to be loved. Love, 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 love. So I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm sure there's no need to complicate. Our time is short. This is our fate. I'm yours. Do you, but do you, but do you want to come on? I scooch on over closer, dear, and I will nibble your ear. I've been spending way too long checking my tongue in the mirror and bending over backwards just to try to see it clearer. But my breath fogged up the glass, and so I drew a new face and I laughed. I guess what I'll be saying is there ain't no better reason to rid yourself of vanities and just go with the seasons. It's what we aim to do. Our name is our virtue. But
Mr. Varus, I hope you're taking care of yourself over there.
More, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours.
You guys are tuned into Radio Free Ionola, St. Lucia's conscious radio station.
You're free. I look into your heart and you'll find that the sky is yours. So please don't, please don't, please don't. There's no need to complicate, 'cause our time is short. This is our fate. I'm yours. Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to
hope you're enjoying the music. I can imagine you dancing to this one. For those of you who are just joining us, I want to say welcome to the program. Today we talked a little bit about scapegoating.
Sweet dreams are made of the
Actually, it is something that's very, very common. It's just that it's not being talked about.
world and the seven seas.
And that is why we have the media. That is why we have the platform. So that we can have conversations with people. You know, when you have a message, you want that message to be heard. Why? Because it is important that it goes out there. This is the power of the media. And we have to learn how to utilize that tool because it is a very powerful tool. So tell your friends, let them know that you gotta keep it locked to RFI because it's all about elevating the people. It is all about growing, evolving, learning from each other. To our friends over there in Greece who are locked on, we want to say thank you, Alan and Amanda. And of course, my girl who's listen, she's just sending me so many like emojis, dancing. And I'm asking her, who's that gentleman you're dancing with there? Angel! Sending you loads and loads and loads of love. Enjoy this one.
You know you stopped me dead while I was passing by. And now I beg to see you dance just one more time. Ooh, I see you every time. And oh my, I like your style. You make me wanna cry. And now I beg to see you dance just one more time. So they say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, oh. I never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, eh, eh. And when you're done, I'll make you do it all again. I said, oh my God, I see you walking by. Take my hands, my dear, and look me in my eyes. Just like a monkey, I've been dancing my whole life. But you just beg to see me dance just one more time. Ooh, I see you every time. And oh my, I like your style. You make me wanna cry. And now I beg to see you dance just one more time. So they say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, oh. I never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, eh, eh. And when you're done, I'm back to do it all again. They say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, 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 oh. I never seen
All our friends are dancing right now, man. I see Alan dancing. I see Angel dancing. And Pear, oh my goodness, moving that hip. I tell you, you guys make that show what it is. With that, you guys, man, teamwork is what makes the dream work. Mr. Valrus, I hope you're doing a little wiggle over there under the blanket. You guys are tuned in to Radio Free Ayanola, St. Lucia's conscious radio station. We want to say thank you to our friends who are locking it down. You guys are sharing the live. We want to say thank you. You guys got to get the message out there for us. Let the people know. There's a program in town. It is saying a lot of things.